What's up, guys? We're back today. I'm going to be installing an N2MB WOTBOX from Modern Performance with the Kinnettic Kreations plug and play harness on my Dodge Caravan. So as you can see, this thing's looking a little bit different. I got this hood put on. This is something I've been wanting to do ever since I got the van. I had the white hood laying around from the parts car that we used to swap this thing, and it was damaged pretty bad right here in this corner, but it was just good enough to have this section. And as you can see, it is flawless. It turned out amazing. I can't be more happy with how it turned out, honestly. And I mean, in my opinion, it just brought this build to a whole nother level. It kind of just sets it apart from any other van that might potentially be swapped at some point in the future. So that's really what I was going for. But anyways, I just wanted to show you all that real quick and how it turned out. But anyways, here's the package we got. Like I said, it's from Modern Performance. Open this up here. I've already opened it, so down in there, that's my map tip sensor with adapter block. We'll use those at a later date. You really don't want to run them until you have it rescaled. So, but as for the WOTBOX, here's what you get. You get the actual N2MB box itself, your serial adapter cable. This here is the harness. If you don't opt to buy the Kinnettic Kreations plug and play harness, you can just wire it in. It's super easy. I could show you how to do that, but it's basically the same. I read a lot of reviews on this plug and play harness here. Let's go ahead and open it up. As you can see, this is super nice shielding on all this cables. Everything's labeled properly. Really nicely done. So it really can't get no simpler than this. So also came with a shift light. Not sure if I'll use that or not, but I have it just in case. Like I said, yes, you can use this and hardwire it in. It's not hard, but we're trying to keep the engine bay as clean as possible and just ease of installation. This is definitely the way to go. So I'm not really going to show you how to do this, more so because it's literally plug and play. I mean, I'll show you how I do it, but it's not really going to take probably 5 minutes to do. But yeah, other than that, we're going to take you through the setup of this, get it going, get some revs, some two-steps, and see what this thing sounds like. So I guess the first order of business is going to be figuring out where you're wanting to mount your WOTBOX. Now, you can pretty much mount this thing anywhere you want. Don't mind the van here. I've got it completely stripped apart. So I've been doing a lot of wiring. I put this switch panel in so I can figure out my lights and whatnot. But that probably wouldn't have been a bad place for it, honestly. This thing lights up really bright blue, so you kind of don't want it right in your eye. It'll probably blind you. You know, you kind of want it where you can see it, or at least can access it quickly. So I'm going to figure out a good place that I want to put this. Maybe the glove box, maybe somewhere down in one of the cubbies here. But other than that, yeah, figure out a place you want to mount this where you can access it and see the blue light so you know it's activating right. And then we'll get to running the wires. After you figured out a place you want to mount it, go ahead and pop your hood. Now, like I said, this is a Caravan, but everything on this Caravan is technically SRT4 neon. So it's not like it's going to be completely different from anything else. Alright, so your next order of business is going to be figuring out where you're going to pass the harness through. Now for me, I had to drill a hole down here under my booster to run my harness through. So I'm going to try and utilize that hole because I don't believe I have any other holes on my firewall to run this through. I might have one for the old shift linkage to the automatic trans. So I'm going to peek through the floor inside of here, see what we got going on, and see what the best course of action is on that. Because the simpler the better. And there he is, right there behind my clutch pedal. I should be able to snake it through there without interfering with anything, because you got to have the one cable that comes in for the WOTBOX as well as the connector that comes through for the clutch activation switch. So let's fish this through this hole right here and we'll go from there. So we got the WOTBOX connector pulled through the firewall here. Also the clutch wires there come through with it. So we're going to worry about that a little bit later. We just wanted to go ahead and get this routed the right way. So now we're going to go ahead and plug up everything that belongs in the engine bay. Alright, so your main connector is going to be your C101 connector. It's this big block connector all the way down here. I think on a Neon it's going to be more up in this area. But we're going to go ahead and unplug it. There we go. It's this big block connector here. So you'll take this one. And we just got to figure out which end goes where. Obviously, male to female. I think my connector's broke, so just make sure yours clicks in right. And we just lost that connector. Male to female. We'll just tuck this out of the way. Alright, so your cam sensor's right here on the side of the head. Go ahead and flip this red locking tab up. Slide the sensor connector out. Like I said, male to female, find that end, connect it, lock it back in. And your other end will just slide right into here. Locked in, clicked. We're good on that. Literally took 5 seconds. It doesn't get no easier than this. Then your next one's your TPS, which is right on the side of your throttle body. You'll do exactly the same thing. Crack it loose. Find your male in, that'll just slide into that. Looks like that, like that. Clicked. Take your female end and clip it right back into your TPS. We're good to go. And there you have it. It's that simple, that quick. The engine bay's done. I mean, it added no extra wiring, nothing looks cut, spliced, no butt connectors, no electrical tape. I mean, it is what it is. You just can't beat it. So, like I said, engine bay's done. Now we got to figure out the clutch pedal, hook up the WOTBOX, and we'll see if we can get this thing to two-step. So your next order of business is going to be coming in here. This connector comes separately because it's just easier to pass these two little green wires through the firewall instead of this big connector and the WOTBOX connector. So I went ahead and plugged this in already. Thankfully, I did not have to take the backing off of it. It just slid right through. But you can see it looks completely different. Hopefully I can get you a good lock. These are more of a spade style, like a male, and this is the female style. And we just got to take the female in, push it through, and go up in here, disconnect the clutch switch, which is right there. Do the same thing we did in the engine bay. Plug the WOTBOX up and we should be good. I'm gonna see if I can't push this. I'm gonna see if I can't push this in through the grommet though, just to be safe before I take it apart. And if so, fingers crossed, that'd be dope. Let's give this a shot. See which way it's supposed to go in. I think it goes like that. Ooh. Quit falling, camera. I think it went in. Just listen for the click. There it was. It ain't coming out. That is sick. I really thought I was going to take these connectors apart, but nope, we're good to go. We're going to plug this into the switch and we should be done. There you go. No hassle, no problem at all. It just locked right in, so this is the only connector we have left, which plugs right into the side of this WOTBOX. And let me set this camera up here. And here we go. Let's see. Make sure you plug it in the right way. It's on. So when I turn this key, I imagine this WOTBOX should light up. Could be wrong. We'll see. And there you have it. It's on. So we should be good now. Like I said, excuse this wiring nightmare. I have a lot of stuff I have to do to be able to get all the lights and stuff to work in this thing. But I'm going to go ahead and depress this clutch, see if it starts up and everything acts the way it should, and see whatever factory built two-step settings are already in this. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and open this bay door, that way we don't get smoked out, and we'll see what we got. let this thing build up some temp, and then we're gonna give it a rev. Alright y'all, there you have it. That's the factory built software. Everything in there, I have not changed nothing. I'm gonna go grab the laptop, show y'all the software, make a few little changes, and see what kind of pops and bangs we can get out of this thing. Alright, we got the laptop, and as you can see right there, focus, there we go. Got the WOTBOX software sitting on there. Here's your connector. This end goes to the WOTBOX. Obviously the USB end goes to your laptop. So I'm gonna get that plugged in. We did blow a vacuum line off on that last 2 steps, so I'm gonna have to fix that. It was idling high, but once we get that fixed, I'm gonna show you these settings. I'm gonna make my changes, and we're gonna try it again. It's actually starting to rain, so we're gonna try and beat the rain before it starts thundering and making all kinds of noise on that tin roof. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and click on the WOTBOX software here. I think we had to click read. This is my first time really setting one of these up, so. Reading data from WOTBOX. Alright, I had to update the firmware to version 4.8 that matched this, but I think I got it. As you can see, I got it set up here. I am not responsible or liable for anything you do if you choose to change this right here, but we're gonna go ahead and set up this camera and see what this thing sounds like. Y'all, but that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Like I said, I just wanted to show y'all how simple and easy it really is to install that Kinnettic Kreations plug and play harness with the N2MB WOTBOX. You really can't beat it. I 100% hands down recommend it. There is no way I'm ever going to just hardwire it again as long as there's a plug and play option. Yes, it's simple to do the hardwire. It don't take much longer, but just how clean and simple it was to install, A+. So as for those settings I put in there, I think that was I think it's SP Tuning now is who originally created those settings. I'll put the link for them right here somewhere, but other than that, I don't really recommend doing it. Obviously it's probably pretty hard on the motor, but yeah, as I said, I mean, I got a lot of wiring left to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video off here. Everything looks good. I personally have not mounted the WOTBOX yet, so I'm gonna find a place to mount it. I got a bunch of wiring I gotta go through to send to the switch panel. So yeah, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see some more, and until next time, peace.
I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubt.